Uh, I don't know if this thing is rolling. Mr. Kip folks. Almost there. Saying what's up. Let me see this thing recording real quick. No, it's not in recording yet. No, it's not. It's not. Nowhere near you. Nowhere near you. All right. Now, plus the screen is covering up. I was having a conversation with. Oh, I got 10 minutes on it already. Okay, it's been that long. What she was going on with this? I'm going on my other phone. Let's see if I can chime in on this section with you guys. So this was going on because I'm on a mini. It's a mini PCU tablet type thing, and I don't know how good this thing is. Why am I offline? All right, so you can find me in here making a video. So you can find out if I'm in here or not. We're gonna have to discuss. Do you know her? All right, we there. All right, we there. We there. So now I'm watching what you guys are watching. So it might be a little echo in the background. But this is my first time actually seeing what y'all are seeing. And the captions is kind of sticky. However, let me switch this back. This is the wrong photo. I don't know why it keeps switching by itself. Why this switch back? Wait for the switch back. Give me a minute. Do you know her? Now I'm watching what you guys watch. There might be a little echo in the background. But this is my first time actually seeing what y'all are seeing. All right, here we go. Mind you, what I'm saying right now, what I'm looking at on my phone, I think I got about a 10-second delay. Now, what you're reading here is called The Shoes of Rebellion and the Footsteps of the Devil, Indian Decoded, EdenDecoded.com book. Now, when we look at the word pan, or pan African, pan Eurocentric, pan Afrocentric, pan, there's only two words pan's going to fit into, and the third one is up to date, is modern. The original pan is a description of a deity, of a half human and a half goat. And I have some pictures and some photos of the ancient goat and the ancient half man goat and the many names of what you would call Baphomet. And Baphomet is an extension of Pan Africanism or Pan Europeanism or Pan, what they call that? Pan, another one, Pan something. All right. Do you know her? Let's see how much do you know her and who is her and what is her? Him, he, woman, female, man. I'd like to know and believe and trust that you guys know how to read. I would like to believe and trust you guys have a computer, smartphone with a thesaurus, a dictionary, and a lexicon. I'd like to believe that. Like in my last um, video I just made earlier that put out today, it's on YouTube. Um, shit, too much information. Just stick to this here. Shoes of rebellion. What's that thing when they say we put the full body of armor, full body of armor on, with the shoes of peace on? So I want you to show you these shoes of the woman, okay? Or the shoes of a female. This is what we're looking at. If you have the full body of the full armor of God, Jesus, whatever it is on, and it says to put on the shoes of peace. All right, so I'm going to look at your feet, look at my feet, see what I wear, see what you wear, see what we wear, and where are we walking to, where are we going to. Because the word woman has no power in the word without female. It has no power. It has none. I mean, the word woman without the word man has no power. Excuse me. Let's say this again. Spell woman and listen to it real closely. If you're a woman, you'll hear this. If you're a God-bodied woman, you would hear this. If you're a universal or global woman, you would hear this. You would hear it. You would feel it. You would see the spelling, and you would live it and be partakers of that meaning. And then you would be that. You would exercise that. You would become that, relish in that, and expose that in everything you do and say and people around you. Woman. Do you know her? Do you know woman? So I'm going to talk to all the hers on the planet. Not males, not females and women. We're going to talk to all the hers. All the girls. All right? Because a girl can be a woman or a female. That's a beautiful word about girl and boy. So now, let's go back to the kindergarten teacher. Syllables. Woman. 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 Two syllables. Two words. In these two words, there has to be a root word. What's the root? Your hair got roots. Your trees got roots. So what's the seed of the woman? What is the root of the woman? Of the word woman. What is the seed and the root of the word woman so you become a woman? So you can live a woman, know what a woman looks like, and if you're going to be a woman, now you know how to attract a man or a root or a seed or a planter, i.e. Jacob, meaning surplanter. Y'all get that? Can y'all get that? Do you hear that? Do you hear that softly? Don't hear your voice. Hear the words of God speaking to you. How it became flesh, and the man and the woman. See, obviously the man is the root word, and woman is the what? The hood or the suffix. Obviously, man is the root word, and the woman is the what? Come from the red because she's what? The covering. The woman covers what? The man's life, because the ribs cover what? The man's organs. So what does a woman do? What is a woman? Does a woman act like a rib to her own body? Because her ribs protect her heart, lungs, and stuff. And those same ribs that protect her is the same ribs that protect the man. That makes her a woman, and the woman that makes the man complete. So now we have a package called man and woman. It's a package deal. You can't have man without the woman. You can't have woman without the man in the literal sense. So now, in order to make this man and woman become flesh, because with the word was God, the word was God. Remember, we come with the word. So now that we have that part of what a woman is and what a woman isn't, and why she's so important, and why the boys and the girls of mankind and womankind are acting like males and females, as you see on this picture. Let me get you another slide real quick. Mind you, give me a break. I'm on a. Okay, now we'll take him for instance. Let's get this guy. High heels were first worn by men in the 1600s. Now, in the 1700s, we were called natives, and the man native and the woman native wore flats. There was no half-inch, three-quarter-inch heels. So we have to ask the man and the woman who taught you to wear heels, fake hair, fake booties, lipstick, and fingernail polish, and say this is what women wear. I'll wait. I'll wait. See, 1600s men was wearing heels. Black women, so-called black women, was not wearing heels. She was not wearing stilettos, let alone a Gucci belt and fake hair, fingernails, none of that. It was not until the 17, 18, and 1900s that you have this motherfucking version of. I know why you man. I know now why a lot of women's men want to kill me and set me up. Because when his sister go home and say, "Yeah, I read this motherfucker that you've been talking shit on all this time, and he makes sense, and here you got all this money, and you ain't pay, you can't buy a clue." Now he mad because he got all this money, and she told him you still stupid. Now she done left his ass. Wow. Just when you thought money could buy you love, and all the drugs and all the cars and stuff, and that long pee stroke you give her, and 3 hours in the bed all day, and trips and that, you thought that would make her happy. And come to find out you got back home and you was still stupid. And then come to find out all the time y'all was traveling that she was looking at some other nigga trying to hope you can find somebody with a clue. But you found out that all this money and this indoctrination on what a man and woman is or isn't is a delusion. It is a lie. That's why Prince had heels, Gucci rubber band had heels, the Parliament, Cameo, all these niggas copied that. So no, there ain't no more men since the 60s. They've been feminized the men back in the 60s. It was over when Rick James came over on Black and I'm Proud and he said this is a man's world and it wouldn't be nothing without a woman. That destroyed the whole concept of the universal meaning what a man and woman do. So let's go to what you're used to seeing and give it an actual language and an actual picture and history and culture to it. A species. No, we'll stick with the man and woman real quick. In these writings, it said that man came from the dust or the earth. So he's an earthling or an earth tone. The woman is to cover the earth or to cover the man, protect him. And he's to go out there and provide for his protection. And his creator, their creator, monitors and helps them to enhance each other's gifts. Something that they're born with, nothing that their own, that's theirs or earned. So with these gifts, we earn our way through life, being responsible for these gifts. Because the gifts that we're born with are really tools for when we leave this particular arena, or circus maximus in the ancient Roman language, when they put all you people in an arena or all you people in one melting pot, or put all you in one country and tell you to kill each other while we market and make money and make it a spectacle of it. It's nothing new. That's why there's so much death and murder on TV, because it's an arena, a mental arena. But only a man and woman would know that. And they would not conform to what they see on TV and what they see in other people in the arena or in the circus do. And it's written, go amongst them, but don't live like them. Do what they do so you can win one or two over, but don't stay stuck and don't live like them. And pray before you go amongst them. Pray when you're with them, and pray when you leave them. And leave everything of them where they're at before you go home. I.e., don't bring the streets home with you, baby. Ain't that what the women say? Ain't that what the man say? Do not bring your shit home with you. Cause when I get home, I don't wanna argue. I wanna eat, chill out, hug, cuddle, kiss, pay the bills, pay the kids, pay the cat, dog. You know what I mean? So the man and woman are made from the earth and the breath of life, the breath of life giving, rather. I.e., my breath of life will not live in man forever, but now he has to die. And he will use that breath of life instead of being dead or undead, he'll become himself again without my permission. So I have to take that gift of life away from him, that breath of life. Let's go to the male and the female. Got this video called Mr. Sweet Like Feet. It's a cat. He's a male cat. He's not a man cat. I had a female dog. It's a bitch, literally bitch. By meaning, definition, she has fangs, fur, tail, paws, and she walks on these hoops like this. She walks on paws like this. So the woman could not be herself if she's walking on paws like a dog or like a bitch. That is a female trait. That is a species or an animalistic thing. And if a female decides to go sniff another woman's pussy or booty or different niggas' nuts, then that's what she does. Remember, do you know her? If you have a female dog, that's a her. If you have a baby girl, woman, she's trying to be a woman, that's still a her. So the dog or the bitch, right? She'll try and be a cat. She'll try to be a German Shepherd, a Rottweiler, even a Chihuahua. She'll even act like she's human. Will get up on the table and sit there and watch you. Y'all seen them dog TV programs, right? Y'all seen them dog programs where the dog is almost like look like its master. So this is your female thing, your feminism and your masculinity of being a beast, because your shoes dictate that, and the dog shoes, the 1600, the dog man from the Moors and the wild men and the beast men who were dogs, and we have the dog head pictures. I'll show you that in the presentation. So when somebody say I'm a man and wearing dress shoes with 2 inches on them, we say I'm a woman and you wearing 3 inch high heels, 4 inch high heels, stilettos, standing up like a goat or pan goat person or nanny goat or a goat. Because in the scriptures it says, do not sacrifice your children to what? The goat. What is the goat? The shoe wearer. Where's the goat? The big booty. Because they had sex with what? Their sheep. Oh, she has a badunkadunk or donkey or ass or he's a jackass. Why? Because it just takes some booty or some ass to get him out the bed or get him to work. Or it takes her female who should have been a woman, but chose to be a species or some type of animal. And I believe the language of the modern black female, or what they would call themselves, mimicking woman, the black woman, there ain't no such as a black woman. The woman is either oath tone or she ain't no tone. FYI. There's no such thing as a universal galactical black woman. She is earth tone. Okay? I just want to get you to understand that. So if you're a black woman, that means you are perpetrating because you're really a black female, and there's a bunch of black female dogs on the planet. There are a lot of black female birds, insects. There's even black female moles, cats, fish, sharks. They even have some transparent females called jellyfish, if there's any such creature. So yes, the female can mimic and do whatever the fuck she wants to. Why? Because that's what she's made to do. To copy, mimic, and to evolve in this realm of wanting to be uh, attractive. Attracted or attractive. Let's see if we can show you this other slide here. What happened here? Snizzle. Step back. I forgot this is a touch screen. Alright, let's get this back over here. Show you something else. Show you this. I forgot the chick's name. Woman. I sent y'all a video of this. This is a video about this female woman. See this female woman? This hybrid is born babies and teaching your children how to be a kid or how to be raised up as a goat. That's where the word is image your kids come from because they associate you with goats instead of being a woman as children. See, a woman would always say, I have children. She knows that she can only have children. A female or a nanny goat will say, how many kids you got? How many kids you got? So you see the Pan Africanism down the bottom, right here. See the leg, goat, the horse. Only thing she ain't got is the horse ass. The only thing she ain't got. The only thing she ain't got is the horse booty. And the long hair, well, she got the long hair, and all she needs is the big breasts for her goat kids to suck on, and she'll walk the streets claiming to be a woman. Is that a woman? Because if you take the feet off and put stilettos on there, there's no difference. No difference. Let's go to the next one. Uh, we got photos today, man. So y'all can bear with us. Uh, back to the dog. Okay. Well, you see Anubis on the screen, right? You see the history of the dog, man. So even in Egypt, the dog and the bitch had always wanted to take over the role of a woman. The dog and the bitch has always wanted to take role over the original man and woman. Let's show you another one. In your religion. This is a little slow. Do you know her? Try to find some rights. Somebody on here. Find some other stuff. The screen is not that uh, high def. If you could bear with me. Here we go. Take that on for size. Michael LaVon Robinson. This will help with any research, aka Big Mike. Big Mike. Barack Obama. Michael and I. Oh, okay. Is this a man or a woman or a female? That's the question. Do y'all know what you're looking at? Is this a beautiful being? Yes, it's a beautiful being in its own perception, in its own depth, and in its own right, in its own world, and in its own uh, purpose for what it's here for. What's the beauty in this and the righteous judgment in this? When you say, I'm a man, I'm a woman, but you accept this what's on the screen. If you accept this as a natural gift or a natural attribute in the psychology of truth and all that is pure on the planet, then you can no way ever be trusted of what comes out your mouth. You say you're a man or a woman, and you're accepting this actual delusion by words, by vow. Because when you say I vow, vow means the VOW and EL. Vow means to make an oath, and L means to what? God. I vow. So AEIOU and sometimes Y as a vow. These letters are used in the Word of God. These letters are used in that. They're very important letters. So your vow and your words, when you talk to your children and everybody else, and you say you're smart and you're this and this and that, and we're looking at this man looking and this woman looking, and to the eye, if you cover one side of the picture, you say, "Oh, that's a beautiful woman." And if you cover the other side, you look at it, you say, "That's a beautiful man." When you take it off, you have to ask yourself, "What do you think is beautiful?" Now, now you have to ask yourself, you don't know what beautiful is, because one, you've been lied, tricked, and you never seen beautiful until you've seen the whole picture. Beautiful is not the half a picture. The beauty is seeing the whole picture and saying, "Hey, I can appreciate that." The beauty in this picture is one, it ain't me. Two, we don't support this shit. And three, that is a species driven trait. It is a animalistic trait because if you talk to these people right now, their core belief is going to say Christianity. And I just showed you the dog, Anubis in Egypt, and the dog in the Catholic Church. And so dogs and bitches hump on each other You seen dogs? Dogs hump on each other. Female dogs hump on other female dogs. Female dogs, bitches, will bite a male dog and hump on him super aggressively. Female dog and a male dog will team up with other male and female dogs and attack a man, a woman, or a child. So now that we have a culture that says, I'm a dog, I'm that bitch, so it's not surprising when you see a human acting like a dog or a bitch, attacking each other and having sex with each other. And because they have fingers and toes and not paws, they can dress each other with collars and dog chains, paint their dog nails, put gold teeth on their fangs, change their butt tails to ponytails in their hair, instead of walking on their paws, they put on Jordans and stilettos. Instead of walking on all fours, and if they're doing doggy style in the bed or porno, we'll give them a sun god to stand up to. So if you are a black woman or a black female, this is your bit. You have absorbed everything don't reflect the truth of God. Don't take my word for it. I didn't make this shit up. Do not take my word for it. We hear this argument about different bloods, bloodlines. There's one sun, there's one plasma, three melanins. The blood melanin in us, the chlorophyll melanin in plants, and the clear melanin in the water and the aqua animals, the ones that lack the fire plasma, but they have the soot plasma, the smoke plasma. Because if the fire is smoke, that's under the water that creates the volcanoes. You have the fire of light and heat that lights the sky. We got lava from below and lava from the sky, aka twin flames. I'm not gonna harp on it too long. I'm not gonna draw you out with this too long. Y'all should know these things already. Y'all have smartphones, brothers and sisters. Quote me on this. You can quote me on this. A woman do not wear things that she was not born with. She don't do it. To smell is something different. That's something different. Even jewelry is different because the jewelry was exchange of gifts between families. So when you see a woman with this jewelry on, it's because the friends of her family and her husband's family gave those to her during the marriage, during the relationship, during the reunion of the family every year or every festival. The jewelry wasn't given to the woman because she gave good head, or because she got the bag, or because she got big booty, or she had big titties, or it had nothing to do with that. That was a heathen, pagan, modern day hip hop culture shit. Because somehow I don't know how hip hop became a culture. I don't know. It's like who the fuck who the fuck said we agree with to being African American? It's like somebody in the White House or somebody somewhere is keeps speaking for all the earth tone people on the planet or in America and say, hey, we all agree to hip hop being our culture. Whose culture is hip hop belong to? This is what we need to know. Because a woman doesn't have hip hop culture, a man does not have hip hop culture. The man's culture and the woman's culture is a universal logic, is a universal embodiment. Like now, it's spring. Everywhere in America is springing. In fact, the whole planet, because it's in its time, is springing. So when the planet, the whole planet moves to another time section, then it'll be what they call what summer, then fall. Four, one, two, three, four. That's the whole planet. And that United States is spring and Russia is winter. No, the whole fucking planet is spring. It's some variable. Some springs are chilly. Some springs are a little warmer than others. Some are just in the middle. That's why Shim is red. Where else are we going with this? Do you know her? That's the question. That's why they say you need to get to know her before you do this or that. You need to get to know him before you do this or that. Because her might be a species, or him might be a man, or he might be a species, and her or she might be a woman of the earth and in the universe. Because if you're a woman or a man of the earth or earth tone, then you're part of the universal language. Because the earth sits in what? Space and time, the universe, this, that, the third. And this is not a video of physics. So I'm not going to pull up my physics books and get into the speed of light and how long it takes for matter. I'm not going to do all that. It's not that issue. I'm not going to do that. But if I got enough money, we definitely can get into it. Smoke just enough money. And I don't mean to pay me for it. I mean, for me to get all this information, go on my Rolodex, I'm going to need a nice fat sack of weed. And we're going to have some fun and giggle, make some laughter out of it. It's just from the heart. I'm not telling you something that I heard. I'm not telling you something that I read in a book. I'm sharing something with you from my experience, strength, and hope. Things that I've tested, traveling through many hearts and minds of the people on this planet, no matter who or where they are. These are collections of my realities, which are not mine personally, but because I collected them from other people's realities, this is what's happening. That's why I don't have a woman. Or say, well, you just know. It's like this. If you're in tune with the spirit, if you're in tune with yourself, if you're in tune with the universal logic, you don't have to ask yourself what's a man or a woman. You start doing it. In fact, what you'll find out that you know that you're doing man or woman stuff because the species female or the species males will start know, making shit up. Making shit up. So, how we do this? Here we go, right here. We're going to end it with this last photo. And in this photo, there's 3 psychological techniques used to take a country to war. So when they took the Afro-Asiatic War, this is what they did to the Afro-Asiatic so-called black man and black woman. Starting with rap, the b-boy, the break dance, the homegirl, now hip hop culture. This is what they done. 3 psychological techniques used to take a black man to war, or a black woman to war, or a black culture or civilization, or a black religion, or a black anything. This is what you do to these niggas, niggas. These what they call them, pickaninnies. These coons, these niggas, these Negroes, these black African Americans. Create the impression that the aggressor is actually acting in self-defense or defense of a helpless nation. That is prime breeding ground for the Million Man March. And then tell you we're going to take this money and change the black law dictionary. We're going to change we're going to change the dictation in the library, the law library. We're going to change the dictation in the legalese language. Since you want to change the language of rap to hip hop, African American, you got to change that language. But you're too much of a coward to change the legalese language to best suit the Afro-Asiatic born in America, aka the black man, the black woman, who now degrade themselves down to just being plain old black males and females, thinking that they're men and women, but acting like dogs and bitches, and set on vainglory and materialism. And their culture is competition, and their god is self-worship and money. This is about culture and about history. In fact, I just found out reading Steve Hardy note that Black Music Month. Wow. The white man is the one that produces shit, but it's white Black Music Month. You don't even own that shit. You don't even own that shit. But it's Black African Music and Juneteenth month. You don't even make that one up. Eh, Black man and black woman. I'm just asking you, man. Everything that you pride yourself on, say it loud. And yet you fought and died for none of this. And even if you did, it has no global meaning, no universal logic. And the UN ain't even looking at you. And if you go to your local law library and look up anything of black culture or black history or black anything, you're not in the law books. You're not in the legalese language. Matter of fact, no black word or black ebonics are in the legalese language other than criminal. Second one, build up a crusade mythology, one that presents the aggressors as fighting for a higher good. In the name of Joshua, Yamashia, Jesus, in the name of the Hadith and the Gospels and this and that, we're going to stomp out crime. We're going to protect the black and white people. We're going to protect America. We're going to say that all Muslims are welcome, and we're going to protect it. Okay. Hey, Pittsburgh, where's our stimulus check at? Matter of fact, we don't even want the stimulus check. Where is that ink pen and paper in that legally law book that says let's change this shit once and for all? Because obviously, Black Music Month with all the millionaires and black people and all the actors and sports people with all the millions of dollars cannot somehow go to their black presidents and black governors and their black mayors, hint, hint, Ed Gainey, and say, hey, 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 we got 100 million right here, and we want these laws changed to benefit us too. And this is what we're willing to do to live amongst you, not with you, not like you, but amongst you. So if anybody violates, we have the right to protect ourselves. And because we all sit at this table, anybody who violates this order, the rest of them are to support the other one in destroying the one that broke that vow, i.e., sitting at the UN. And since there is no black male or no black female, ain't no black African American ever going to be there because the language in itself says you can't go. There's nothing in the word black African American, male, female, woman, that says that that's the abracadabra getting into the UN and saying that, hey. So now we have all these master teachers and wannabe teachers are building up a crusade mythology. Black Israelites, Black Islam, Black culture, this, that. Especially with this Osby thing. The Osby Bible is just like the Coleman Bible, it's like the Holy Bible, the Quran. These are works of men separated across the globe who've seen the same thing, had the same thing, been separated, and the oracles has been handed down throughout the centuries, i.e., called Babel, means to talk or gossip. But since gossip has became profane and disrespectful and unhealthy, God said, I hate gossipers. They're called slanderers, or Latin called devils, or they became scandalous in their babbling. So when they started to babble and scandalous in their gossip, they began to write it down, and it became a Bible Babylonian thing. So the mystery was in the what? The word or in the Bible written down. Mark Gutenberg, the first book or the first printing press. And I didn't say COVID Bible, I said COVID Bible, closed caption. Now, 3, dehumanize the man and woman. How do you dehumanize the original man and woman? You tell them that they're a black man and a black woman. You tell them they're a black man and black woman who are beautiful. You see the suffix and the prefix that goes around the root of the truth. I'm going to add black to the woman. And I'm going to add handsome to the man. Black woman, handsome man. Black woman wants what? Handsome man. Now, black woman has a handsome man who has what? A fucked up kid. It's not the word child, it's kid. Because now the black woman and the handsome man have a kid. Now they need to be a part of something. So they got to swear an oath. So while the black woman and the handsome man is out working, she has to leave the kid with what? A nanny goat. Dehumanizing the enemy. So we have a bunch of kids running around here crazy as fuck. We have a bunch of men acting like males, mimicking other dogs and animals on the planet. And we have women who's having sex, doing things, hurting their bodies and their inner selves, misleading real men and males alike, because she feels that because of her, she should be entitled to do and say what the fuck she wants. Because I have the womb. Because I brought man here. Well, who made you, nigga? Which seed made you? Which seed made your mother? Okay, we'll go further as this. I said one sister. We said Mother Earth. Who impregnated Mother Earth? Who made Mother Earth? And where's Mother Earth's mother? And that's a forever conversation. When the logic is the seed. Seeds bear roots, and only for the seed to bear root, it needs a mother. It needs a womb. The creator of the seed and the womb is the best knower. The seed didn't make the womb, and the womb didn't make the seed. The creator made the womb for the seed, and he made the seed for the womb. That is the mystery and the beauty of the bigger picture. And only females and males argue about who came first, the chicken or the egg. One is a result of the other. One is the cause and the effect of the other. One needs the other to exist. There is no argument between light and dark. There is no argument between right and wrong. That is a delusion. That is a animal thing. That is a mankind. That is a beast. That is a yashling. That is a what they call. It's not spirit filled at all. It's not spirit filled. So go over this one more time and think about this. Implant this in your head every time you read a post, every time you want to share something with somebody or somebody trying to teach you or you teach them. You have to understand this. These people create the impression that the aggressor is actually acting in self-defense. The black Israelites are acting like they're in self-defense. Come on, we're going to do this. We're claiming jokes. They're acting like they're in self-defense. Be careful. The aggressor is actually acting in self-defense or in defense or a helpless nation. America is acting helpless at times. People act helpless when they're not. Build up a crusade, i.e., that's why they're having this domestic terrorism thing coming. Look out for that. See, because domestic violence is linked to domestic terrorism. And when you start killing each other for your chains and big booties and for the stuff you see on TV, that's being considered domestic terrorism, and that is a long time federal lockup. And once the federal or the state gets you, your rights are gone. You hear that, man and woman? The black man and the black woman don't give a fuck about that. The black male and the black female don't give a fuck about that. The white male and the white female don't give a fuck about that. And the white man and the white woman don't give a fuck about that. You listen to the words. White, 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 black, black, black. Male, 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 female, female, female. Remember, the original man and the original woman is earth tone. They're neither white nor black. And I love anybody to chime in at any time, but it seems like nobody wants to chime in on none of these live feeds because, we can mental joust. We can do this till the cows come home all day, every day. We've been doing this for years. We do this on a regular. And we only why we're able to do this because we support this. This is the teaching. This is the teaching. I didn't get this from anybody else. We got this from practicing it and sun gazing and just looking at the bigger picture. Even though I was born by myself, me, me, there's a lot of things I could do with me. But as I grew older, I started to look around myself and I said, everything around me is a we thing. It's a team. So I took the M in me and I turned it up to a W for a winner. And I took that same E in energy and made it a we program. made a we program. The sun needs the moon needs the sun, the star needs the sun and the moon. Everything needs everything in the universal logic. And that's where we became stronger. And we learned how to live in the good, in the present, and learn how to make every moment holy. So the black man and the black woman would never, ever see that because they have to take out the word black. The white man or white woman would never see that because they have to take out the word white. The male and female will never, ever see the kingdom because it's not for you. Males and females have their own home and abode. Man and woman has their own. Most High gave man and woman dominion over everything. And he said you're to name it. You are to claim it by naming it. And when the pale skin named you black man and black woman, black females and black males, and black African Americans, he claimed you, he owned you, you accepted it, and God handed you over to him. And now enjoy your new God. Enjoy your new king. Israel, Ishmael, black man and black woman. Enjoy it. You chose it. It's your bed. Lay in it. You chose it. And it's in the Bible. I don't know how y'all missed it too. For all you Bible thumpers. Y'all read it. What did Samuel say to Yahlah in Aramaic? O Most High, O Most High. No, what the elders say to Samuel, the prophet. Samuel, fuck this shit. We want a king like Egypt. We want a king like Persia. We want a king like the moon gods. We want a king like the sun worshippers. We want a king and priest like these people. We want to be the original man and woman no more. We want a king like them. Enjoy your new kings and queens and your new priest. You asked for this so-called black man and black woman, black females and males. Enjoy your new world. Enjoy your new king. Enjoy your new gods. You have rejected the Most High this day and tomorrow and coming. You, black man and black woman, have hated God from day one. Then you blamed it on the pale skin, and then you taught the pale skin how to hate God, so he figured out how to find God for himself. Now you want to copy his success when it was originally yours. When it was originally yours, you traded it in. They took your God and you took their God. You traded them gods. When you said you wanted a king like them. When you said you wanted a God like the heathens. When you said you wanted a God like the pagans. When you said you wanted a God like the Satanists. When you said you wanted a God like the barbarians. You want a God like the savage. You want a God like P. Diddy. You want a God like the rap song. You want a God like Nicki Minaj. You want a God like Rick Ross. Who else is the black man's gods and stars and shit? You want a God like Noble Drew Ali. You want a God like Farrakhan. Y'all want to mimic everything of man and nothing of the Most High. Because in Samuel, y'all did that before. And after Samuel, that's why the whole Old Testament is about your destruction. And here we go again. After 300 years of no change and stuff, here we go again. going back into chains, going back into slaughter, going back into lockup, going back into shame and defamation and hoard. You're going right back into it, man. You're going right back into it because you keep asking for other kings and saviors other than the Most High. I'm hearing some of the most on fire Hebrew Israelites talking about, yeah, Yahshua gonna save us, and through Jesus we're gonna do this, and through this we're gonna do that. And once again, Most High said, I am your savior alone. And yet y'all going through some other man. You're going through some other stone. Y'all going through some other flesh. And once again in Samuel, Samuel said, Father, they're rejecting me. And the Most High said, Samuel or Hosea, Omar, they're not rejecting you, son. They're rejecting me. So I suggest, if you are a man or a woman of any substance, read about the prophet Samuel. Because for some reason, nobody teaches him. For some reason, the prophet Samuel is taboo. Nobody teaches the prophet Samuel in depth, precept, precept, word for word. And then the etymology of all the words, that, this, that, the third. You know, let me share with you this last one. If Joseph is the vine and Jesus cursed the vine and Israel is the figs, and the figs didn't bear fruit. So that means he cursed Joseph. What did he do? He killed he killed Joseph the vine and cursed the fig, meaning Israel. Because Israel is not Rachel's children, it's Leah's. Next time, Kim Jose Omar saying peace, love you, take care of each other. Have any questions, let us know. We will tell you the truth. We'll show it to you. We will read it to you. We'll give you experience. We'll show you what parts in our life. We have so many videos of real life events that we can share with y'all that validates what we're saying in the scriptures and all ancient writings. For the part of the Holy Spirit we come, we say, Father, we ask that you would guide the people that open their hearts and their minds. We ask that you will confirm these in their comings and goings, that they would know that it's you, not me, and that they deserve this as well, and that the tree of life is their inheritance, but they're choosing the tree of life and death. They're choosing the tree of good and evil. But we ask that you would give them a spark of hope to see the difference between the inheritance of the tree of life versus what they're inheriting, the tree of good and evil, which is death. Please confirm God's servant's word. By the power of the Holy Spirit I come, and through the power of me nothing, we say thank you. Say la, peace, may much yes.